Hey, what's up, studs? Ryan here, or M&R Productions, with my review of the LEGO Star Wars Luke's Landspeeder from 2017, originally released January 1st of that year, and given set number 75173 with the official name Luke's Landspeeder, 149 pieces with 4 minifigs included, all for just $20 at the time as a Walmart exclusive in the US, was pretty fair. I think for 20 bucks, this was just like the perfect price for Luke's Landspeeder like this, and especially with 4 minifigs, it just felt like it was worth the money. This set has the Rogue One header art, which is a bit out of place given today's standards for box art, but still looks very good for the time. We have the Landspeeder on Tatooine there with all of the characters in action, and our little Womp Rat there hidden on the box art. I didn't really pick that out, I believe, until recently that was even on there. Top of the box got Obi-Wan. Oh, and I guess I should mention that I did pay $35 for this on eBay, so that's about the going rate for this at the time. Also, I noticed something on the back of the box that I just never noticed before, and that is that everything is blue. Like, it's not on Tatooine anymore. I mean, it's on Tatooine, but they made Tatooine blue, so I'm not really sure why they did that. I guess it was just thematic for the 2016-17 Rogue One kind of box art. And then it's also got this, like, advert for Master Your Force. Kind of a lame advert, I'm not gonna lie. Unsurprisingly, inside the box, you'll find your LEGO pieces. This set, even though it's only 149 pieces, does have 2 numbered bags, so I feel like it's a little bit unnecessary for anything under 200 pieces, but there are the numbered bags. You'll love to see it. Anyway, let's build up the Landspeeder and take a look at the minifigs. First minifig up is good old Ben Kenobi, and this is a really great looking figure, again, in just a $20 set. The thing I did notice on him is on his beard, there appears to be a couple little black marks. I tried to scrape them off with my fingernail, I tried to wipe them off. It appears that it's just a print error. This was brand new out of the box, obviously, so I'm not really sure what's going on there with a little bit of dirt essentially on his beard, but otherwise the character looks really astonishingly good. I love his robes, how continuous they are down his torso, and then on the back you have his hood, which is down. Obviously he doesn't actually include a hood in this set or any physical robes, you just have the prints. He's got his blue lightsaber, which is a nice accessory, and no double-sided face, which makes sense because if there was, you'd have a big part of his beard and face showing out the backside of his head, which would look very awkward. So very good looking character though. Luke Skywalker next up on the docket. He's got a really nice smirk. He's got kind of shaggy hair and that blonde color. He, unlike Ben Kenobi, does have a second face because you won't see that under the back of his hair. Just a more stern look. His print quality to me looks a bit bad on the back. You can see it's like a bit fuzzy. It's not very sharp. So especially on that top black line, you can tell very easily that this is kind of a low quality print. So I don't know what was going on at the Lego factory, whatever day this was printed, but not looking too sharp. Looks like a custom print, basically. Everyone loves a good old classic C-3PO minifigure, and I particularly like this one that I got out of this box because it looks like he's given a good old eye roll. I love that. It looks like basically usually the mold has the eye bits kind of stamped into the mold, but that yellow bit around it is the print, and those look like they were shifted down a little bit on accident, and then you end up with him looking like he's like looking up or giving a bit of an eye roll, and I just think that looks really good. It's some C-3PO sass. His design, like Luke Skywalker and Ben Kenobi, very good, very continuous down the torso and into the waist and legs. Awesome figure for C-3PO. I think they really perfected this character around this time. Speaking of characters they perfected, the Tusken Raider is also on this list, and the Tusken Raider is one of the best LEGO minifigures, perhaps even underrated because it's like a character that's become somewhat common, but like the mold for the head is just so well done. Very accurate, very good looking mold. He's got his gaffy stick, which I moved down so you can get a bit of a better view there, and just overall a really awesome and well detailed print. And let's not forget the Womp Rat also included in the set. Now let's talk about Luke's Landspeeder here. Probably the second best build of Luke's Landspeeder, second only to the more recent version released in the year 2020. Pardon my dust. And this one is just better, I think. I mean, some people might disagree, but I really think this is the better model. But we're not here to compare. I just wanted to say that. I thought it was important to say that this is a really good model, but it might not quite be the best. And certainly, given the current availability of the other model, it would be easier to just go and buy the other model if you're trying to get one in today's world versus spending the extra money on eBay. But this was really good for its time, although it did represent what at the time had become a bit of an antiquated design. This design, essential design, had really really been around since the early 2000s Mos Eisley Cantina. We had an original brick-built version of Luke's Landspeeder here, and then in the Mos Eisley Cantina a few years later, we got an updated version which looked similar to this. Obviously colors and different bricks and everything, but it was the same general design. LEGO obviously didn't update that until 2020, but this model was kind of the last of its kind. I don't see this kind of design coming back with these tube pieces again. Speaking of those tube pieces, it was a good design. It worked for a long time, and it actually looks really good. It provides a really nice bit of depth, and it makes it feel like there's actually something here, right? It's something tangible that's making up this section of the ship, and I really like that. You've got some decent detailing on the top of the Landspeeder. There's just not too much you can do with a smaller vehicle like this that doesn't have that much detail to begin with without going completely overboard. This obviously isn't a UCS set. I do like the depth on the side panels as well here, just these nice open areas. They don't really do anything, but they just add a nice bit of depth. We have the three main engines, which all have different stickers on them. This one on the right here is a bit of the exposed engine with a lot of wires flying around all over the place. That looks really good. The one on the top, very nice and symmetrical, and then the one on the left, not so much. But the engine design is pretty sturdy. You don't have to worry too much about them breaking off. I mean, they can. You can pull them off if you really want to, but generally in the way of play with just normal hits and things, you shouldn't have to worry too much about these falling off as they are connected with Technic like so. The bottom of the Landspeeder does have the inverted tiles, which allows for easy passage on hard surfaces. You don't have to worry about it snagging or scratching anything if you're a parent having bought this for a kid to play with, or if you're just me sliding it around on your table. You just don't have to worry about those sorts of things. It actually looks pretty cool sliding along. I mean, let's slide it along. It's like curling. You could basically play Luke's Landspeeder curling with these sorts of vehicles. On the back here, we have the sloped grill pieces, which look really good. Nice bit of detail. Small sticker on the panel here, which just has some wires popping out again. And then before we really get into the meat of the Landspeeder with the cockpit, we have the other kind of main feature, which is right here. You just pull up on this engine. This is something we've seen before on Luke's Landspeeders many times. But of course, with a feature like this, we can take Luke's binoculars and Ben Kenobi's lightsaber blade and hilt. You can store all of that in there and then take the top piece back on and reattach it, and it's just really nice storage that you don't have to worry about losing their accessories with, so that's nice to have. Transitioning into the cockpit area, we have a really nice recessed seating area within the Landspeeder. You have two seats for Ben and Luke to be driving and co-piloting the Landspeeder. We have a lever in the middle here, which you could use like as a shifter knob or just to accelerate and decelerate your Landspeeder, just depending on how you're playing as a kid. And then you also have a small kind of 1x2 Lego piece size control panel, which has some decent detailing on there. Placing your characters in the Landspeeder is pretty easy. You can put Luke in the driver's seat. Of course, he has the steering wheel. And then we can put Ben Kenobi in the passenger seat like that. And just like that, you got the two characters just riding along. You can also take C-3PO and have him sit on the side or something if you want, so you can have the three characters there. And that does look pretty decent. And then, of course, the only other stuff in the set, the Tusken Raider and the Womp Rat, are just kind of external accessories that you can have fight Luke, Ben, and C-3PO along with their Landspeeder. For $20 in 2017, this was a spectacular value. I think in 2021, though, just buying the newer Luke's Landspeeder when it's on sale at Walmart or Target for like $24 is just as good a value. And on top of that, since you'd have to go on eBay and probably pay about $30 or $35 for this one sealed in the box, at that point, you may as well just buy the new one, unless you have a particular liking for the older style of design. But this one overall is a Luke's Landspeeder. As much as it gets memed on for being made a lot, I think this is like a 9 out of 10 Lego set. It really delivers with the character selection and the swooshability, or really playability in that nature for little kids. And it's a nice little desk display piece for adults. So I think it's a good one, even though it gets memed on. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. You can check out more Lego Star Wars set reviews on the end screen now.